the things I find to be really interesting with YouTube is the lack of people who have a legitimate home office. You have these people who are telling you how to start a business, telling you how to work from home, yet they're filming their video in their kitchen, or they're filming their video in some YouTube economy creator space, but they don't have a home office. Let me go ahead and explain to you the importance of having a verified home office. Let me go take a few steps back. Years and years ago, when I started my first business, I actually had a warehouse and a home office. Let me go ahead and just give you the details. I had a warehouse, and actually, let's kind of step back even before that. When I was selling commercial office furniture, this is one of the things that I had in my house. I was living in a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house with 2 stories on top of a basement, right? I had a dedicated room that was my office. I used my living room, that was the entertainment room, my dining room and other stuff, but I had a specific dedicated room. Do you want to learn how to build a holding company, an operating company, and how to get massive lines of business credit? But more importantly, do you want to learn how to start, management, run, and organize an operating company where you can make money? This is one of the things that we have that's going on in the Corporate Citizen Playbook. And one of the things that you need to do is to go below and sign up for the phone call. What we do is we have a scheduled phone call before you can get into the Corporate Citizen Playbook to make sure that your thoughts and our thoughts match up before we get you into the program, which will constitute hands-on training. One of the things that's going to happen is I'm going to guide you personally through setting up your business, setting up your organization, and doing the things that you need to do to be successful. So go below, there's a little video for you to watch. Then there's a questionnaire. Let me say this, do not go in and half fill out the questionnaire. If you half fill out the questionnaire, that will disqualify you from entering into the Corporate Citizen Playbook, where you can learn how to make 6 figures for the rest of your life. The link's below. Check it out. And this is something else that's funny. I had a computer, large monitor, and a printer. At this moment, in my home office, I have a printer. See, when you're doing business, there's going to be occasions where you've got to print stuff, so you need to have a printer. And this is one of the reasons that I feel that I have been very, very successful, because I've had a dedicated workspace. I didn't have to move anything or get stuff out the way. I could just sit into my commercial furniture chair. Let's talk about that. A lot of the chairs that you can buy from Home Depot, or not Home Depot, Staples, Office Max, whatever, these chairs are not rated for you to actually sit down. At the moment, I have a Herman Miller Aeron chair in my office. Actually, I have 2 of them, because once again, I used to sell commercial office furniture. So the importance of having a durable setup, having a chair, having the right desk, having the right computer. Like, I'm a YouTuber, right? I do not, it's very, very rare that I will edit a video on my laptop. Let's go ahead and explain. When you're doing video editing, you need to do it on a desktop. Number 1, you have more real estate. Number 2, the position is more comfortable. Because see, when you're doing your video editing from a desktop, you're like this. When you're doing your video editing from a laptop, you're like that. And this leads to bad back, this leads to injury problems, this leads to a lot of stuff. So once again, having the appropriate and proper setup is massive, because once again, and this is something else, from a mental standpoint, when you sit into your home office, when you go into your home office, one of the things that you will understand is this is the place that work happens. Now, you're not going to see a lot of videos here on YouTube talking about the importance of having a home office. You want to know why? Because the majority of these folks on YouTube are posers. They've never had a business. I had 1, 2, 3 businesses before I came to YouTube. So I was out there in the real world doing business, selling commercial office furniture, doing the storage auction stuff. So I have real world experience, and this is why it's very important. If you're going to start a business, you need to have a dedicated home office. Number one, you need to have a dedicated computer. You need to have a dedicated desk. You need to have an ergonomic office chair because you're going to be sitting in it for a minute. And you need to have a printer. Once again, you need to have all of this stuff in your home office. Now, let's talk about, a lot of folks have a laptop and they like to take their laptop to maybe work and come home and park it in a station and hook it up to a monitor. That may or may not work, but from my standpoint, I feel that you should have a dedicated computer for your business, a dedicated desk, a dedicated chair, and a dedicated printer for your business. All of this, hey, I'm gonna try, like this right here, this notion. I'm gonna run a multi-million-dollar business from my phone. It's laughable. It's laughable. Let me give you a reason why you're not going to be running a multi-million-dollar business for your phone. When you're running a real business that's making real money, like I heard this the other day from a girl who has a blogging, and because she stepped up her business, she had to step up her hosting. And I guarantee she had to step up a lot of other stuff. Because here's the thing, this whole notion, I'm just gonna run it from my phone, is wishes and dreams. And let's go ahead and talk about, let's say you live alone and you do not have space to turn one part of your house into a home office. Say you're single, you're living in a 1-bedroom apartment and you just don't have space. I'm about to say something. You need to move. This is how important it is to have a home office. And this is one of the things. You will see a change in about 6 weeks because I am moving and I'm gonna have a different setup because, once again, I have multiple YouTube channels, and guess what? I don't shoot all my videos here. I have another place I shoot videos, and when I get this new place, I'm gonna have even more places to shoot videos. So you need to have a dedicated workspace. You need to have a place where you can sit down and you can do the things you need to do for your business. This is critical because everyone wants to get into the corporate structure, but here's what I find to be really funny. You don't have a dedicated workspace. You don't have a place where you could sit down, produce, create, and generate money. You don't even have that. Yet you want to go out and set up a holding company, operating company, yet you don't even have the basic tools. I have a computer. I actually have, let me go ahead and just walk you through the procedure. I have a laptop for when I travel. That's why I have a laptop. I have a home desktop computer, and I have an office. And guess what's in my office? Not 1, but 2 computers. And I'm getting ready to shift all that out because I'm getting ready to sell those computers, sell some of that stuff, and do things a little differently. You need to have a home office. You need to have a dedicated home office. And this should be part of your roadmap. If you're living in a 1-bedroom apartment, you should move to a 2-bedroom apartment. I know there's a lot of whining, but the struggle and the price of rent. I'm sitting there trying to tell you how to make $1 million and you're worried about funky rent? Come on. Because once you go ahead and set up your home office and get yourself set up, because I have multiple phones. This is my phone. And like at the moment, I'm kind of debating, do I want to upgrade to the new Apple phone? I don't know. I may not. But I have multiple phones for multiple reasons. And this is something else too. I have a dedicated business phone that's just strictly for business purposes. I actually have 2. So one of the things that you want to do is to go ahead and set yourself up for business. You want to go ahead. Look, I am in a shirt and tie. How many people on YouTube have you seen come to you trying to bring you business advice with a cap turned to the back? It's epic. These folks are not real business people. These folks have never had to do professional meetings. These folks, they're just trying to scream at you to get you to buy into some funky stuff that really isn't going to make you money in the long run. It's just not. Because here's the thing. You need to have the appropriate setup from your home office, from your appearance to all of this stuff to conduct real business. Every time I see someone on YouTube that wants to talk about business credit and they come on YouTube, they have a baseball cap turned on, they have a ratty on t-shirt, I start laughing. Even before I listen to the advice, I already know there's going to be errors and problems with their advice. In the future, you should subscribe because I'm going to be doing more stuff about how to develop real business credit, not this fake phantom business credit that so many of these perpetrators and frauds on YouTube are putting out. Because I have a holding company, I have tax returns, I have business bank accounts, and I've been able to get 6-figure lines of credit, $50,000, $75,000 business credit cards because I know how to do it, and this is something that I can teach you. Once again, you need to have $10,000 to $30,000. I'm going to be really adamant about that because you're going to need to have some money to get your business started. So if you have your $10,000 to $30,000 and you're in the position where you can start a business, go below, check out the corporate papers question application, fill out the application, and then we can set up you a phone call because there's a lot of things that needs to happen for you to go ahead and to be successful in business. So that's all I got for you guys today. The importance of a home office is incredibly important for you to be successful in your business.